Okay, so welcome guys to another episode of Kickstart with Rohan, and this is the first episode where we have a candidate from medical field. Okay, so he is one of my friend. Please welcome Maitreya Neogi. Welcome.
Hi guys.
Okay, so he's pursuing. He has completed his BSc in Biotechnology from MIT University, and presently he's pursuing BDS in Dental Surgery from West Bengal Health University,
University of Health Sciences.
Health and Sciences. So basically, he will be from a medical field, and first of all, I will, as he is from the medical field, first of all, a big round of applause to the all the candidates related to medical field because they are the frontline warriors in this corona pandemic. They are giving their best to make all the things normal as soon as possible. So it's a matter of applause to them. Okay, so welcome Mointro to my show and thanks for giving us time in
No,
this
not a
situation
problem.
also. So let's begin this session.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So Steve, this biotechnology field, or especially in this medical field, though I am not from a medical field, I'm from engineering field, so I don't have much idea about this field. So basically, can you give an just a gist or overview of the course that you have undergone so far?
See, when I started in 2000, back in 2016 in MIT University in BSc Biotech, I generally had the scope to understand the vivid field of biotechnology through both in animal and as well as plant biotechnology. See, because at that time I didn't get joined. Okay, so at that time I wasn't able to qualify for the joint, so I wasn't in particular in the medical field. So I thought of something different to pursue. So those who are actually watching this, they for the first time, if they don't get joined in the first one to directly apply for the medical seats and all, there are endless possibilities one can actually get. See, the vaccines which we are preparing now and all the trial and error methods which we are going through, these all are means that the backbone of all this is this biotechnology. The research work of this biotechnology, the DNA, the RNA, the genetic code, the genes, and everything is actually related with it. We know these all the instruments and everything are like given by you, the engineers, but the actual applications of using this uh, and the progress is generally done by us, the biotechnologists who are actually there. So the basic is like this: when we are studying the field of biotechnology, we study everything, like starting from basic zoology, botany, microbiology, anatomy, basic anatomy, and everything. Now, after that, we also included bioinformatics, bionanotics. Then, after that, the basics of genetics, plant biotechnology, plant physiology in details, and everything. So, as a result, you can see biotechnology is like a doorway which generally gives us the opportunity to look far beyond the horizons of normal biological field. Like, if you go, in case I'm not saying that this subject is bad or that subject is
No,
under, I'm not saying
that is the
no.
out of question.
But the thing is, like, if you want to scope to give something, like if you want to do something, in that case biotechnology is a very good scope, I mean good subject, and in that you can always get everything. Like biotechnology includes microbiology, because microbes, we deal with microbes and all these viruses and all to prepare different, like those medicines which you take. Our biotechnologists, our research work generally helps you to do that, helps you to get that. And then the genetic coding, which we all generally know, that human genomics, like all this and everything is very much interesting in this biotechnology. So I would say, like, if anyone is thinking of biotechnological field, or if they haven't got in medical, this is a very good scope, because you can always widen your horizon after the bachelor's. There is nothing like you have to be always stuck with government jobs or something like teaching. Like, you can go to the research field, you can do actually the field works, which every now as every aspiring students wants to do.
So basically, it could be considered as a bridge between the medical and the engineering field. Biotech.
Obviously, yes, it's actually when there are two parts. Yes, I should say that Biotechnology generally consists of two parts. Like in bachelor course, there is BTech and there is BSc. Okay. So in BTech, like what you study for the first and second years in every engineering, they have to study the same. I
Okay.
myself have done the BSc, which is
Okay.
more of a research work.
Okay.
And in BTech, those who have done the BTech biotechnology, like I guess in your college also in BIT and everywhere, there
Yeah,
is a
they
BTech
offer
biotechnology scope is
BTech
there.
in biotechnology. Yeah.
Yes. So like that are more industrial based.
Okay.
Like in industrial production, like in like those I should say a name of any pharmacy products. Can I say right?
I say no problem.
Mankind, Ranbaxy, they take up this. Those who are BTech biotech
Okay.
students, they take up, and those who want to do tissue culture research work, and those who want to go for genetic research work, and actually see there are two parts: one who do the research, and one who applies the research.
Okay.
BSc do the research,
Okay.
and BTech apply the
Apply the
research.
research. Okay. Yeah. It's a this is a very clear idea you focused on. Okay.
So there are, yes, actually many nowadays it get confusing like what I should do means I have done normal zoology, normal see after zoology also you can apply for MSc biotech. There is no means no like limitation like you have to do BSc sorry MSc zoology only
Okay.
or any other such that kind of subject.
Okay.
But you can always go for MSc in biotech. And
Okay.
MSc in biotech, there are different specializations, like in medical biotechnology is there, specialization in animal biotechnology, specialization in plant biotechnology. You can even, after doing biochemistry in BSc, you can go for medical biotechnology or normal MSc biotechnology. So it's like it's a interconnected subject. It's not like that you have to choose only one part to go over there. But if in BSc, if you do this subject, it opens all the doorway in a single bachelor degree.
Bachelor degree. Yeah. So it's he has given. I ask the viewers to have a very clear glimpse of it because he has explained the whole matter in a very short way and very concrete way. Okay, so I don't think now you will have any queries after this selecting this particular field. Now, Mitra, you are pursuing your BDS degree, dental
Bachelor
surgery.
of Dental Surgery.
Dental surgery. So just give an overview of this one.
Okay. So the thing was like, let me tell you my story first. That why I have choose this, and
Yeah, yeah,
it may
yeah. Actually,
inspire
I was supposed
others
to ask you.
also.
I was supposed to ask you after this. Okay, level, no problem.
So the thing is like when after I choose MET back in 2016, I was like, okay, BSc I will do. Then after that, it will take some time for MSc because at that time many parts like bio nanotechnology and these weren't there. Which
Okay.
after few years they came.
Okay.
So and it was like very difficult to for me to get also chance in MSc biotech in MSc in medical biotech because there are very limited seats.
Okay.
Now many seats are there. At
Okay.
that time 2016-15 there are very limited seats. Like in there are some seats in tropical school of tropical medicine. Then AIMS in AIMS there are some seats. So it was like in whole India in government quota. Basically there are how many hundred seats are there. So it's a very tough.
Tough
So
competition for that
otherwise
time.
you have to go abroad. Otherwise you have to go abroad. So I also thought that I will go abroad and I will do that. Then I thought if I have to get a doctor degree, I can either go for MBBS or BDS. But why BDS? See, BDS is more like a research work subject. BDS. In dental surgery, you are a doctor, you are an artist, as well as you are an engineer.
Okay.
It's a it's a vivid field again, which I
Okay.
chose.
Okay.
Why? Not only we deals with the problems of the oral and mouth cavity, we also shape the tooth, which makes us an artist.
Okay.
We
Yeah.
also rectify the mistakes,
Okay.
which generally makes us an engineer.
Okay. Yeah.
So as a result, in a total, we completely give insight of not only the oral cavity in a doctor's perspective, but as an artist
Yes.
as well as an engineer.
Yeah. Okay.
So, uh, before calling us a doctor, uh, like I'm not a particularly we are a doctor, but we are the creator, actually we will say. Like
Okay.
we try to create something, and we try to keep which is created by God.
Okay.
So for that reason, in BDS there are different fields are there which many don't know.
Okay.
Like there are different partitions like endodontics, periodontics, then prosthodontics, then orthodontist, then oral maxillofacial radiology, oral maxillofacial surgery, and oral maxillofacial pathology.
Okay.
These many things are there which many of us don't know about this part.
Okay.
There are various scopes which are particularly present. When I started this field, many told me that this is a saturated background, a saturated field. There is no scope anywhere. But you have to dream higher. You have to dream against the tides. There are many engineers, right? There are many engineers. There are many lawyers, but still, every means there are still for one judge. There are still lakhs of cases are pending for one judge. So like you have to know that where you have to fight. That is the main thing. So I also choose that. I choose BDS for these reasons. I will do something to do with the research of forensic odontology.
Okay.
And for that, if that for me, I have to go to MSc medical biotech. I will give that exam also. So it's not a vivid feel ki you have to go on daant tule jawa. That is not a thing.
Not a proper dentist, but it's a more beyond the horizon. More
Exactly.
after the dentist also, because not only dealing with the teeth, but also there are, as you have, it's a very, I will appreciate this one. You assumed yourself as a doctor, as an engineer, as an artist. Yes, obviously when you first of all when I heard this time, I thought, okay, what is he saying? Now when you gave the total vivid clear picture of it, yeah, it's obviously it's the three words are appropriate for you this particular kind of field. So yes, obviously. And now see how Moitra is what the thing I personally feel for last 15 minutes what he has told. He has given a very detailed instructions or a very detailed information about two of the fields. Okay, so when you are watching this video, try to catch up these kind of it, because this is the motto of this talk show, to bring up these kind of informations which will be not available to you until and unless you talk from the candidate itself. Okay, so
Obviously.
okay, and okay, Mitra, now you are doing as an intern. Uh, so can you share some of the experiences that you are undergoing with this internship process?
Okay. See, the lab which I'm working right now in, or the internship which I'm doing, so it's Advanced Immunogenetic Diagnostic Clinic, that is AIDC. And the thing is like it's more of a genetic and pathological lab. Okay. So here I generally get the clear-cut picture of all the different cases which are related with pathology, microbiology, and also with hematological studies, which are very necessary not only for a biotechnology background, but also for a BDS background, because we deal with blood also. And blood symptoms and everything is related, because at the end of the day, we are also surgeons. We do surgery. We deals with surgical procedures at each and every step. So during this internship process, I generally came up with different fields of study, not only about normal diseases, but also some different genetical anomalies, because we do karyotyping here. And karyotyping, I'm just giving a small description that it is a blueprint, or it is a fingerprint of a human. A human genetic code is generally the number of chromosomes and how they look like. It generally gives us the idea, like karyotyping. So basically I have seen so many karyotyping fields, and then blood slides, and then hemoglobin estimation, sodium, potassium, and all these type of pathological and hematological works which I have generally have gone through. So it has given me a vivid idea about how this field in future is gonna be for a doctor as well as a research fellow. So, in basic, if anybody aspires to do internship in any laboratory, he should always usually go for the scope where he could get a clear-cut idea about the basic human anatomy, means basic human procedures like this hematology, pathology, and all. Because if you go in a laboratory and do internship in any biology student, he or she won't get a chance in as a whole, because I'm getting a chance because I know I want to do, and you have to show the interest. That is the main thing. Like if you step back and if you are afraid of all this, it won't be a case. Like, and another thing, there are various cases which I've only studied in Google only, that I have seen in my own eyes, that have got to see in my own eyes when I'm studying in the microscope. So it's really a very interesting field, and it's really a very interesting experience for me, which I've gone through.
Okay. Okay. Now this question I generally ask with the engineering field background, but I will ask you also because I want to
Yes,
know.
we are also engineers.
Yeah, you also are engineer. Yeah, yeah. So now, and actually, the thing is, I want to know whether this aspect is still in there in the medical field or not, because in most of the cases, what I presume near you also, for my case also, there are this kind of things happens, that what we study in our BTech curriculum or in the graduation curriculum, most of the things are becomes invalid when we join a job profile. Okay, we have to again learn from the scrap. Okay, now when you are doing as an intern, okay, so how much did your the curriculum that you are undergone through your entire graduation process in both of the degrees, are they efficiently working for your internship process, or you are learning something extra? Obviously there you will obviously will get an extra, but those things are getting a role play in your this particular internship process.
Rohan, just do you remember our biology class, that when we were knowing about the cell for the first time, the cell, the basic unit of life.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that thing, the cell, is
Okay.
still now applicable for me, and I deal with it at
Okay.
every step.
Okay.
The actual workability of a cell, pathologically, physiologically, in every way,
Okay.
I deal with it. Not only the cell, even I've gone deeper, which we have been taught, like in nucleus and everything. So biology is a field which you start to study from class 6, 7, 5, 6 and all. That thing, that basic knowledge is always applicable, even when you are studying for your bachelor's or your master's, because the basic definition doesn't change, and the basic knowledge doesn't is never waste. It's never a waste, it's always useful. And for that reason only, whenever I was studying at, again, for suppose if I study again for digestive system in my MDS and all, because I have to study physiology for also again, I have to again go back to my class 8 book. I usually do that. I again go back to my class 8 book, because they are very precisely that knowledges are given. So at what it helps, it gives me a good insight for the first time, and after that I go into details. So before you go into details, what we usually do, we usually know the basics. So for the basics, we usually go back to those classes.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it's always useful.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Mitra, it's a really interactive session for me also, because I do not know much about this particular line or field. But after this today's session, there are lots of things I also personally came to know. Okay, because these kind of things, until and unless we interact with the candidates from those field, it is not possible for us also to know the things. But yes, it's obviously very interactive session to you. I really appreciate.
Thank you.
I also feel fortunate enough to have a session with you like this. So the last question I will put you today for this session, that your views about being a part of this show, and what will be your message to the audience.
Okay, so first of all, it's a great honor for me that I'm in your show, Rohan, and it's like a reunion for me to talk like this way,
Yeah,
because after I don't know how many months actually I'm doing a video calling with you, and so the thing is like, mm, uh, see, there are various fields which we all aspire to go. There are various ways we all aspire to dream, but the thing is like, what you want actually, do that. That is the main thing. Either you want to be a doctor, engineer, lawyer, or whatever field you want to go. What is your interest? Do that. Never choose something out of a burden. I know many body has given like this field is good, that field is good, that every field is good. Like not a single field is bad. But if you want to do something innovative, do something which your heart says. That would be the only message I want to give to the audience. And lastly, one thing I want to say, that See, I don't know. Like from the coming year, I will be in the front line also, because I have to do my case studies and I have to attend it at that time the clinics. So, doctor, being a doctor is not at all easy. We have to deal with every kinds of problems at each and every steps. So, as an engineer, they have to always deal with different types of possibility and anomalies, and so as a lawyer, or so as a other type of graduates. So every field has some disadvantages, but every field has some advantage.
Advantages also.
What brings smile to you, do that.
Yeah. Yeah, so the last word, so it's going to hit many of the contestants. I know many of the viewers who are watching for this first time, and there are obviously there will be viewers who wants to aspire their field career in their medical fields. So please watch this, because he has given a very vivid idea about what is going on in the market, in which line to choose. Not only you can think of now going for a joint, you have to go for MBBS degree, but there are also lines in the medical field which
Yes.
are dealing with this particular field. Okay, so now you have to think out of the box. So this is episode is will make you think out of the box, because I personally feel, yes, this episode is a kind of special episode. Yes, he has given a very informative session with him. I personally thank him. Thank you, Moitro, for providing such a brilliant information. And I will ask the viewers to have a view to it and share this video as much as possible through your medical students, teachers, to have a view to it. Please follow this show. See, we are bringing the candidates from the ground zero. Okay, they are at ground zero. They are facing with the problems. Okay, so there is a better position to guide you. So please have a view to it, think accordingly, and then take a step. That's all for the present episode. We will again meet in the next episode from another candidates from another field. That's all. Thank you.